Hi there! In this video we're going to see the two-step opt-in and custom funnel features that come built in ezPopups. So let's get inside the builder and get started from scratch. Inside the builder, if we click on this bar at the bottom, we bring up the steps menu. Right now you can see that we only have one step. So now, just to demonstrate the basics, I'm going to drag a headline and call this step 1. Okay, I'll put it here in the center. Now, in order to create a new step, I'm going to use this new step button down here. I can name this new step whatever I want. For now, I'll just keep it step 2. Now I have a blank canvas for the new step. I'll drag another headline and I'll name this step 2. And I'll make this one red. Alright, now I'll get back to step 1 and I'm going to create a button that is going to take me to step 2. For that, I will go to the components sidebar on the left hand side, and under the steps section, I have two options, either to use a link to step or a go to step image. Now a link to step is essentially a button or a text link, and a go to step image is an image that takes me to another step once clicked. Okay, so for this demo, let's use a link to step. I'll drag it and drop it right here. Okay, I'll double click it and change the text to say go to step 2. Alright. And with it selected, I can see on the right hand side that I have a step to go to option, under which I can select a step to go to. So for this, I'll select step 2. And I'll do the same for the second step. I will add a link that will take me back to step 1. Okay, so I'll double click it and say go to step 1. And let's make it red. Okay. So I'll choose the step to go to. It's going to be step 1. And now let's go ahead and preview this. I'll go to preview, desktop preview, and you can see now that if I click on go to step 1, it takes me to step 1. If I click on go to step 2, it takes me to step 2. Alright, so that's how you create steps and links between steps. So let's now go ahead and see how you would use this feature in a real world example. I'll click new from template and I will choose one of the two steps templates that we have, this one. Okay, so now that we have this template opened, you can see that we have two steps, an initial step and an opt-in step. Once the user clicks sure go ahead, he will be taken to step 2. And that's because this button is a link to step. You can see in its settings that it is linked to the opt-in step. Once the user clicks no, however, the pop-up will close. And that's because this is a close pop-up button. Okay, let's preview this and see how it works. So when I click sure, I go to the opt-in step. Now let's say we want to create a third step to which the user would go to if he clicks no. So instead of closing the pop-up, we would give him an alternative offer. So I can come here and click new step, and the new step will be created. Or alternatively, let me delete this step, and I can duplicate a step that is already created, so I won't have to recreate everything from scratch. So let's call this alternative, and I will start deleting some elements that I will not need on this step. Just right clicking and choosing delete. Okay, so let's change the text of the headline to this is a demo step, for example. Alright, so let's get back to step 1, and instead of using a close pop-up button, we're gonna delete that and we're just going to use another link to step. I'll duplicate this link to step and I'll position it here. Alright, I'll change its color, and for the text, I'll say no. Thanks. Alright, so in its settings, I will choose the step that I have just created. Okay. So now, if we preview this, if I click sure, I'm taken to the second step. If I get back and click no, I'm taken to the third step. Okay, let's get back. And right here inside this third step, I can add some opt-in forms and do all sorts of cool stuff here. I hope that by now you can see how powerful this feature is and the unlimited number of options you now have to segment your visitors and communicate with your audience. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in another tutorial.